Today, I'll develop the story of Honglong and Yurung royal tombs of the Joseon dynasty, a world cultural heritage. Honglong and Yurung are located on Hongyurung-no, Namyangju-si, Gyeonggi-do, Korea. Honglong is the joint burial tomb of Hojong, the first emperor of the Great Han Empire, and Empress Myeongseong. Yurung is the three joint burial tomb of the second emperor Sunjong, Empress Sunmyeong, and Empress Sunjong of the Great Han Empire. This is the entrance to Honglong and Yurung. To the left of the main gate is the Hongyurung History and Cultural Center. Free for those over 65, but 1001 for those under 65. A Korean language cultural commentator is resident, so there is a commentary at 10, 13:30 and 15:30. The duration is 1 hour. If you are over 65 years of age, you can put your ID card on the automatic check-in system, but when you bring your car, you must ask for an admission ticket as proof at the parking lot and get it issued. From the entrance, there is a Honglong on the left and Yurung on the right. Behind the Honglong are the tombs of Yeongwon, Hwaeinwon, Princess Deok and King Uiqin, and to the right of Yurung is the tomb of the royal concubine of Great Han Empire. The form of the tomb was created by referring to the imperial tombs of the Ming Dynasty and the imperial tombs of the Great Han Empire. The difference from the existing royal tombs of the Joseon Dynasty is that the T-shaped shrine was replaced with a straight bedchamber, or atap and danga were installed in the bedchamber. The stone figures of the tombs were placed in front of the chamber. The stone civil official and the stone military official were placed in front of the bedchamber. Stone ram and stone tiger were replaced with stone elephants, stone lions, stone hedges, and stone camels and placed in front of the bedchamber. Obeisance stand is located from the right side of the red arrow gate to the left, and the royal kitchen and the caretaker's house installed outside the ceremonial area. There are three tomb keepers' house, Honglong, Yurung, and Auro-Jesil. When Honglong was built, first Jesil was installed, and after King Sunjong's death, second Jesil was installed inside the red arrow gate of Honglong, and an Auro-Jesil was built when Yurung was constructed. This is Yurung Jesil. Honglong Jesil was installed on the left side of the ceremonial area in Honglong. Both Honglong and Yurung are joint burial tombs, and ancestral ceremony should be held twice, once each, but Honglong is held twice for Emperor Gojong and Empress Myeongseong. It is located across from the parking lot as an Auro-Jesil. The parking lot is divided into one for the disabled and one for general visitors. The parking lot for visitors is in front of Auro-Jesil, and it is free if you submit your ticket after viewing. Honglong is the joint burial tomb of Emperor Gojong and Empress Myeongseong. As King Cheolcheong died without an heir, King Gojong, the son of Hungsun Daewon-gun, ascended the throne by Queen Daozo Sinjeong. The boy king ruled under his father's regents until he began direct rule in 1873. King Gojong opened the nation's port to foreign countries, signing treaties with Japan and the US in 1876 and 1882 respectively. His rule is marked by major events in modern Korean history, including the military uprising of 1882, the failed 1884 coup, the Donghak Peasant Revolution of 1894. He proclaimed the Great Han Empire in 1897 and became emperor. To regain sovereignty, he sent emissaries to the Second Hague Peace Conference in 1907. He died in 1919. In 1919, at the funeral of Emperor Gojong, the 3.1 movement took place. It's the royal portrait of Emperor Gojong. This photo was taken at the Empress Myeongseong Museum in Yeoju. I think Empress Myeongseong is overrated as a drama and a musical. She fell into shaman and messed with her state affairs, and her mean clan's corruption was severe. After Gojong's monarchy began direct rule, she exerted great influence over Joseon's foreign policy. She was murdered in 1895 by the Japanese, who felt threatened when the Empress joined with Russia to expel them from Korea. In 1897, Hongneung was created within the precincts of Hongneung of a Ritom in Jeongnam-ri, but after the death of Emperor Gojong in 1919, it was moved to its current location and created as the Joint Burial Tomb. This is a picture of Empress Myeongseong on display at the Empress Myeongseong Museum. The country was going to ruin, but there were many concubines. I think it would have been better if we had shown the spirit of dying rather than running away on a palanquin to the Russian legation. Among the concubines, there was Sunan Pangwibi-eom, the mother of King Yeongchin. She entered the palace at the age of 5 and she was 32 years old and was ugly, but she got a chance to have slept with Emperor Gojong. After being sent out of the wrath of Empress Myeongseong, she was re-entered 10 years later as Emperor Gojong's command. The country was in a state of fever and I don't understand. Emperor Gojong, thinking of bringing in a concubine just 5 days after, Empress Myeongseong was brutally murdered. She rose from court lady to Pangwibi and played the role of empress and the powerful woman behind the scenes. She was clever and resourceful, so regardless of her appearance, she was favored by Emperor Gojong. This is the lair of Hongneung. Departing from the ancient Eastern idea that the sky is round and the earth square, the pond at Hongneung is circular with a round island in the center. In the royal tombs of Joseon dynasty, the periphery is square, but in Hongneung it is circular. There is also a story that it was shaped into a circle under the influence of Galileo's heliocentric theory. This is the Forbidden Stream Bridge. The caretaker's house is in the ceremonial space in the royal tomb, but it is installed outside in Hongneung, the emperor's tomb. The royal kitchen is also outside. This is a layout of stone figures in front of bedchamber hall. The stone figures in Hongneung are smaller than those in Yurung. The back of stone figure is hidden by the tail so that the genitals are not visible. The obeisance stand is on the right side of Red Arrow Gate in the royal tomb, but it is on the left side in Hongneung, the imperial tomb. The second tombkeeper's house is installed on the left side of the ceremonial space. Instead of the T-shaped shrine in the royal tomb, a straight bedchamber was installed. Table setting picture for ancestral rite. Hongneung is a joint burial tomb, so the ancestral ceremony must be held once, but it is held twice on January 11th for Emperor Gojong and on October 8th for Empress Myeongseong. This is a stela shade to Emperor Gojong and Empress Myeongseong. Royal well is a well that supplies water needed for sacrificial food. Jidang is estimated to collect rainwater during rainfall and discharge it to the pond. Yurung is the only chosen royal grave where 3 royal bodies are buried under a single mound. Emperor Sunjong, the second son of Emperor Gojong, ascended the throne in 1907 while his father was still alive and served as a scarecrow emperor by the Japanese. In 1910, he was demoted to the title of King of Joseon. In 1926, he passed away at Changdeokgung Palace at the age of 53. Nationwide rallies were staged for Korea's independence on the day of his state funeral. This is the will of Emperor Sunjong.
After 17 years of miserable living, I became a sinner of 20 million living people, so I cannot forget this even for a moment. If I die without saying a word because my current illness is serious, I will not be able to close my eyes, even after I die. If this edict is proclaimed to the outside, and the people clearly know, that the annexation was not done by me. The previous so-called annexation, approval, and the edicts of both countries will return to their own destruction. People, strive for liberation. My spirit will assist you in the dark.
Empress Sunmyung became Princess Imperial in 1897 but died in 1904 before Sunjong ascended the throne. It was created as Yu Gangwon near Yeongdong Children's Park, and after the death of Sunjong in 1926, it was created as a joint burial tomb at the current location. Empress Sunjong became the first queen of Sunjong at the age of 13, and after ascending the throne as the first empress in Korea, she maintained her dignity as the last queen. She died at the age of 72. After she passed away in 1966 at Changdeokgung Palace, she was buried with three of them in Yurung. She lived through the Japanese colonial period, Korea's independence from Japan, and the Korean War. A Obeison's stand of Yurung is also located to the left of the Red Arrow Gate. Its royal well in the Yurung ceremonial space and is a well from which the king drinks. It was also in Hongneung but has not been restored yet. This is a Jaejong, a well which was used for royal ancestral rituals. This is Yurung caretaker's house. There is no royal kitchen. Caretaker's house is in the ceremonial area, so the backside is the front. This is a stellar shed to Emperor Sunjong, Empress Sunmyung, and Empress Sunjong. The front of the bell chamber is not Jeondol but Bakso. Table setting picture for the ancestral rite. Yurung is a three-joint burial tomb, so the ancestral ceremony is held once on April 25th. It's the family tree of Emperor Gojong and Sunjong. Sunjong had no children, but Gojong had many children from his concubines, including Empress Myeongseong. Sun Hwanggibi, the mother of King Yeongqin, was created as a Yeonghwi-won in the old Hongneung site in Cheongnam-ri. Around the Hongyurung there are the tombs of King Yeongqin and his son, King Uiqin, Princess Deokhae, two concubines of King Uiqin, and the three concubines of Emperor Gojong. The entry time for Yeongwon and Hwaeinwon is until 4 p.m., 1 hour earlier than Hongyurung. Yeongwon is the tomb of Crown Prince Uimin and Crown Princess, son of Emperor Gojong's concubine, Sunan Hwanggibi, and is built in the style of royal tombs of Joseon dynasty. Crown Prince Uimin was installed as King Yeongqin in 1900 and passed away in 1970. King Yeongqin was educated in Japan and served as a Japanese soldier, and when Sunjong died, he nominally became King Yi. Yi Bangja, Crown Princess Uimin, the daughter of Japanese royalty, married Crown Prince Uimin in 1920 and had two sons. After he returned to Korea in 1963, she lived in Naksanje, Changdeokgung Palace. She passed away in 1989. Unlike other royal tombs, pine trees are planted between T-shaped shrine and the burial mound, so it's difficult to see the tomb from the C-shaped shrine. I don't understand whether the pine trees were planted or left untouched. Hwaeinwon is the tomb of Yi-gu, grandson of Emperor Gojong, the second son of Crown Prince Uimin. Current time for the tombs of King Uiqin and Princess Tokye is 1 hour earlier than Hongyurung. King Uiqin was the son of Emperor Kojong's concubine Gyuhinjang clan and ascended the throne in 1900 as King Uiqin. In 1907, Queen Uiqin was appointed as the queen, and in 1996 it was created as a joint tomb. Princess Tokye, the daughter of the Gyuhinjang clan, a concubine of Emperor Kojong, married Takeyuki So, a descendant of Daemodae-ju, in 1931, returned to Korea in 1962, lived in Changdeokgung Palace, and passed away in 1989. The entrance time to concubine tomb is also 1 hour earlier than Hongyurung. There are 3 tombs of concubines of Emperor Kojong. The tomb of Gyuhinjang clan is the mother of King Uiqin as a concubine of Emperor Kojong. The tomb of Ganghwadang is the tomb of Queen Lee clan. Samsukdang's tomb is the tomb of Kim clan, the concubine of Emperor Kojong. The tombs of King Uiqin's concubine include Su Gwandang and Su Yindang tombs.